Did you know that right now, Frankfurt, Germany is undergoing an architectural renaissance? Yep, you heard that right. As we speak, not 1, not 10, but 50 new skyscrapers are being added to its skyline. And among these giants is a dazzling building consisting of 4 towers known as 4 Frankfurt. You will be amazed to know that the tallest of its towers has a majestic height of 233 meters. But 4 Frankfurt is not just another addition to the skyline. There's so much more to it if we look inside the building. So, what's the big deal with 4 Frankfurt? And when can we actually step into this futuristic space? Let's get into the details and find out. First, let's explore the interesting history of 4 Frankfurt, a project that truly captures the essence of urban transformation. It all began in 1999. That year, Deutsche Bank decided to shake things up in Frankfurt's banking district. They had a vision to build something monumental, so they threw open the doors to architects worldwide and invited 110 of them to participate in a 2-stage design competition. The project was a big deal, and they brought in the well-known architect Christoph Mackler to chair the jury. The first round of the competition was a filtering process. In this round, they had to narrow down the vast pool to just 25 contenders. These architects were then tasked with pushing their creative limits in the second round. By November of that year, the judges had their winners. They selected 5 designs that stood out for their innovative approach and potential to redefine the city's skyline. In February 2000, the firm Murphy Jahn took home the gold with their design for a towering skyscraper named Max. This was more than just a simple design of a building. What they proposed was to be a 228-meter tall megastructure with 50 floors and 120,000 square meters of floor space. On top of all that, it was planned to be the 3rd tallest in the city. They decided to build Max in a location where it could stand proudly next to Frankfurt giants like the Commerzbank Tower and Messerturm. However, just when things seemed set, the world was shaken by the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. The aftermath brought a cloud of uncertainty over high-rise projects worldwide, and Max was no exception. Around the same time, there was a bit of a plot twist. Deutsche Bank thought about pitching the site for the European Central Bank's new headquarters. But fate had other plans, and by 2002, the ECB chose a different location in Frankfurt's Ostend. At that time, Deutsche Bank was working on another project, the Investment Banking Center. They completed it in 2003, but why are we telling you this? Just wait till we make the connection. Deutsche Bank sold this building to the American investment firm Blackstone Group. The bank retained only part of it for the residential and business customers. The original traders stayed put in their old tower, the IBCF. Then came 2013, and Deutsche Bank announced it would vacate its premises in the banking district by 2017. The reason? Well, the IBCF tower, built back in 1971, was not just one of the oldest in Frankfurt, but was also in poor condition. They needed something new on the site. Something where they could work and not worry about the building crashing down at any minute. This led to a significant announcement in November 2015, the sale of the site to Gross & Partner and the construction of the 4 mega project. The details of the deal were kept secret in the beginning. Then, in March 2016, the construction started with a new design competition, this time won by UN Studio. Their vision has now started to take shape as 4 Frankfurt, marking a new era of architectural brilliance in the city. But what's so brilliant about this mega project? Let's find out. The For Frankfurt project, which is spearheaded by UN Studio and the visionary Ben Verberkel, is creating a futuristic urban landscape right in the heart of Germany. At the centerpiece of this ambitious project is Tower 1, which stretches up to a breathtaking 233 meters. Alongside, Tower 2 reaches 173 meters, Tower 3 hits 120 meters, and Tower 4 rises to 100 meters. Collectively, they cover a massive area of 241,000 square meters, each meter carefully planned to make the most of this prime urban space. Now, let's talk about what sets For Frankfurt apart. It's the facades. These are not your typical building skins. They are adorned with vertical and slightly diagonal frame elements that add a dash of drama to the structure. What's really cool about these designs is the kink facades. These are step facade arrangements that create visually inclined areas. As the towers climb higher, they cleverly spread out. The reason is, this design allows more daylight to fill the rooms and offers stunning views across the city. The facades of towers T2 and T3 incorporate around 40,000 square meters of unitized facade systems. Unitized facades do so much more as they combine thermal performance, air conditioning, sound insulation, and daylight and shading functions. Added to this design are heritage-listed facades at the base, which blend the old with the new in a beautiful manner. This podium, which stretches to 6 stories, serves as a community space featuring a food hall. Now, what about the interior? We gotta say, For Frankfurt is a mixed-use marvel. It has got everything: offices, hotels, residences, retail spaces, and even a kindergarten. Plus, there's a publicly accessible roof garden on the podium, which is perfect for a lunch break under the sky or a peaceful retreat at the end of the day. For those who cannot wait to see it all come to life, the 4 Suite next to the Gotenplatz opened its doors in autumn 2020. This spot gives you a sneak peek at the construction progress and even shows you some swanky apartments and amenities. Looking at its incredible and amazing design, you can say the For Frankfurt is a revolution in urban living, which is bringing a slice of the future to today's Frankfurt. But the marvel is not completed just yet. Let's take a look at what stage of construction it is currently in. The construction journey of For Frankfurt has been a strategic process that began in April 2018. It started with the presentation of a detailed construction timetable, immediately followed by the commencement of dismantling work. By July 2019, over 20 partner companies had already lined up to back this mega project, each one eager to be part of crafting Frankfurt's future. Clearly, they knew they were onto something big. The project was destined to be a landmark. Come March 2020, the project hit another milestone when Freshfields Bruckhaus Sterling, which is a major law firm, decided they just had to be part of this. They signed on for a whopping 14,500 square meters spread across 10 floors. This is going to be home for 600 of their staff. And guess what? They are planning to move in later this year because their space is nearly complete. This deal with Freshfields of Bruckhaus was like a magnet. Once Freshfields signed on, other big names could not resist. They kept coming, and by July 2020, more than half of Tower 1 was already spoken for. By the end of 2021, the pace on site was electric. Construction crews were adding roughly a floor a week to the high-rises. Yes, you heard that right, a floor a week. By February of this year, the facade work on Tower 3 has been completed, and the first set of apartments is almost ready to welcome their new residents. Meanwhile, Towers 2 and 1 have already flung open their doors, with Tower 1's office spaces filling up fast. In fact, there is a 70% occupancy rate at Tower 1 by March thanks to the high demand. And for the foodies among us, we got some tasty news this January. The project leaders announced that the food hall at 4 would be opened in partnership with Compass Group. Imagine this: sushi rolls, gourmet burgers, spicy tacos, and even a cooking school. It would be more than just a place to eat. It would be an experience. There are even plans for bars and a delivery service too. This dreamy food hall is set to open in the latter half of 2025. And let's not forget about Tower 4. It was the first of the quartet that began operations in November 2023. As we stand now, the whole mega project is expected to be completed and fully operational by next year. So, keep your eyes peeled because 4 Frankfurt is quickly turning from a massive construction site into one of the most exciting new addresses in town. You might have guessed it from its impressive features and design that 4 Frankfurt comes with a big price tag. Well, you're right. The estimated cost of the project is €1 billion, similar to the budget for the Bahrain International Airport. Wow! What's more, in July 2021, Allianz AG and the Bavarian Supply Chamber bought Tower 1 for €1.4 billion, making it the most expensive single building ever sold in Germany. With such high investments, the anticipation of seeing this building opening its doors is understandably high. We cannot wait to see it open next year. What do you think? Is there any way they could make this project even better? Share your opinions with us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, make sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more. See you in the next one.